Hello and welcome to this week's live episode of Bonkers.ie TV. I'm Connor.
I'm Dara.
And as you know, we're all about bringing you all the freshest news from the world of consumer affairs and personal finance. And it is the last Wednesday of the month, so that means we're going to wrap up all of the news that has kind of come out this month. So Dara, to start us off, we're going to start off with something that I had trouble wrapping my head around myself, which is Serview.
Yeah, so we always got lots of questions about Serview here at Bonkers.ie, kind of, what is it? Should I move to it? Would it save me money? And basically, Serview is RTÉ's free-to-air digital TV service, and they've recently upgraded their service, which they call Serview Connect, which means you can now pause and rewind live TV, and you can record your TV shows as well. So just kind of what you'd expect to be able to do with your Sky box or with your Virgin Media box. But just to kind of take a step back and to say what Serview does, or how you get it. So like I said, it's a free-to-air digital TV service, and allows you to access all of the Irish TV stations for free, meaning if you're a light TV watcher and you don't really watch that many cable TV channels, you could just really ditch your TV subscription and basically just have access to the TV channels. So there's 11 Irish TV channels at the moment, so RTÉ1, RTÉ2, Virgin Media 1, 2, 3, TG4, etc. So you get access to all of them. You also get access to 9 radio stations. And how it works is you buy what's called a PowerPoint Serview Connect set-top box.
Oh wow, it's quite the mouthful.
Bit of a mouthful. So it usually costs around 150 to 200 euro. You then connect that box to your TV, and then you need to connect it to an aerial, which you usually place on the top of your house, but depending on the signal, you could actually just have it within your house as well. Now, if you don't have an aerial or you don't have a clue how you could connect it, you can get someone to install it, and when you're buying your set-top box, the retailer will be able to give you some advice. Now, some newer TVs have the Serview set-top box actually installed within them, so they're called Serview Ready TVs, so you may not even need to actually buy the box in order to get Serview. You just need to connect it to an aerial. It's a great way to maybe reduce your TV costs if you only watch a small amount of TV. And also with Serview Connect, you can also access, the RTÉ1 on-demand player, the Virgin Media player as well. And now you can, pause and rewind live TV, which is something you couldn't do until recently. So it was a little bit of a bugbear amongst Serview customers. So yeah, we obviously have more information on the blog. You can go over to Serview's website as well, but it is definitely a good option, I think.
Yeah, we have a good explainer on the blog about exactly what Serview is, and because it's something that my old man has asked me about a million times, and I still haven't been able to wrap my head around. But staying on the topic of personal finance, we found out this month something that's really commonly said is that Ireland is a really high tax area, but apparently 60,000 families are missing out on a tax break. Yeah,
so we found out early this month that a lot of people aren't applying for what's called the home carers tax credit, and the home carers tax credit is now worth 1,500 euro. It was recently increased by the government. And when people hear things like tax credits, tax relief, it all gets very, very complicated, and it kind of goes over people's heads. So basically, a tax credit is just like money. It's almost like getting money back from the government. So this 1,500 euro tax credit, it's basically just 1,500 euros worth of cash that you could get from the government each year. To apply for it, you need to be what's called, obviously, a home carer in the home. So you need to be looking after either a dependent, so that could be an elderly relative, or someone under the age of 18, so that could even be your own kids. So for example, obviously childcare is a really, really hot topic of conversation at the moment. And I think this is one of the government's ways of trying to make childcare that little bit more affordable. So taxback.com did some research on this, and they felt that about maybe 50 to 60% of people weren't applying for this tax credit, and it's basically money that you're just leaving on the table. You can apply 4 years in arrears, so if you, let's say, didn't apply last year or the year before and you think you're due it, you can apply for that as well, and you could get like a few thousand euro back, which is absolutely great. So my advice to people would be to go on to Revenue's online PAYE system, if you are entitled to it, and claim that money as it's better that the money is in your pocket rather than the government's.
Exactly, yeah, and no whinging about high tax rates. You're not claiming that back. Moving on to the topic of energy, so it's a case of one in, one out. Who's out first?
Yeah, so Just Energy are leaving. So Just Energy entered the market in Ireland about 2 years ago, and they have just over about 10,000 customers, although it was growing, but obviously not a huge amount of customers. And basically they've decided to shut up shop to concentrate on their what's called their more strategic markets in the UK and North America. So they're due to leave the market within around a year, although they haven't given a firm timeline yet, although they will write out to customers to let them know. But if you are a Just Energy customer, you're going to have to look elsewhere for your gas and electricity shortly. Obviously, you can go on to Bonkers.ie and do it. And I suppose our advice would probably be, it's better to maybe start looking now, particularly if you're out of contract, as opposed to waiting until the last minute when they're closing down and you're beginning to panic. Like I said, they should write out to customers shortly, and the CRU, which is the Commission for the Regulation of Utilities, has said that they'll work closely with Just Energy to make sure that consumers' interests are protected and that people are communicated with. So so they were the last entrant in, and they're the first entrant out since deregulation. But hey,
we barely knew them.
Yeah, we barely knew them.
So anytime an energy supplier leaves the market, it's a dropout in competition, which is bad for the consumer. However, if you are a business owner, there's some good news this month because there's somebody in.
Yeah, there's somebody in, which is us. Yay. So we always get asked, we've obviously lots of people who compare gas and electricity with us, and we always get asked, listen, I have a small business or I have a medium-sized business. Is there a chance, you do business comparisons? So we've now gotten into that market. So if you have a small business, or even a medium-sized business or a large business, and you're looking to save money on your business energy costs, get in touch, go over to our website, and we'll put you in touch with the right people. So we can save you money on your household bills and now your business bills as well.
Brilliant. Now moving on to the topic of banking, was a pretty bleak month this month for bankers.
Yeah, I think banks kind of have it out for their customers at the moment. There's really no good news out there. So Permanent TSB have announced that they're increasing the fee on their main current account, called their Explore account, by 50%. So it used to be €4 a month to €6 a month, and that change is coming into effect on the 1st of August. Now obviously it wasn't so long ago that Ulster Bank increased their fees as well. So it's like all the banks are increasing their fees. Having said that, the Permanent TSB Explorer account is still one of the slightly better value accounts, although that's probably just showing you just how uncompetitive things are at the moment, that a bank can increase its fees by 50% and it's still one of the better ones. Obviously, we always go on about N26 and Revolut here. I'm a huge fan of them. I think they're absolutely great. Check out those as well if you really, really want to avoid your fees. And then also on banking, there was some more bad news with AIB announcing that they're going to reduce the interest rate on some of their savings accounts even more, and that followed kind of hot on the heels of KBC, who announced only a week before that they're reducing the interest rates on some of their savings accounts as well. If you're a saver, I don't know where to go. There's nowhere if you're a saver. Maybe buy a few extra lotto tickets or something.
Or an extra thick mattress.
But it's not great if you're a saver. Obviously, there are slightly better rates out there at the moment, so head over to the site and you can see, but you're going to struggle to get anything that's matching inflation at the moment.
Yeah, and finally moving on to broadband, there was some news from Virgin Media this month. We were actually called into the Grayson, myself and yourself.
Yeah, about Wi-Fi?
About Wi-Fi, exactly. So as you may know, or as you may have spotted over the last couple of months, Virgin Media have updated their broadband speeds, their packages to reflect their broadband speeds. However, when you're introducing new hardware, you often need to introduce new software along with it as well. So what they're after doing is they're after supercharging their broadband, as they call it. And basically what they've done is they've sent out a series of software updates. And they've basically updated two things. There's channel optimization and airtime fairness.
Okay.
So channel optimization basically means, say if you're home and your housemate's downloading a movie or whatever, they're going to congest that.
They're going to hog all the Wi-Fi, basically, kind of.
Yeah, that band that you're on is going to be quite congested because of it. So what they're going to do is dynamically switch you onto another channel so that you're not going to face that same sort of traffic. So that's what channel optimization is. And then there's airtime fairness. And airtime fairness is basically like, cutting out a portion of bandwidth for each device that's in the house. So like sometimes, your Amazon Alexa mightn't use as much Wi-Fi as your laptop, or, so it cuts out a certain segment of bandwidth for that.
So it's making the Wi-Fi more seamless, is it?
Effectively, it's so many of us have kind of had some problems with the Wi-Fi, and we've done our own technical wizardry of going to the back and switching it off and switching it back on again. The reason that you do that is because a lot of problems are sorted when you boot up a system. It automatically checks that, and software updates that they've pushed out is basically so that you don't have to do that
Okay.
anymore. It's just going to do it automatically.
And your customers, the Virgin Media customers, need to do anything?
You don't need to do anything now. If you have the white media hub from Virgin, you should have already had your internet updated. They should have already pushed out the software updates. I think it was last Friday that they were pushing those out. If you don't, however, you can ring up Virgin Media and they'll send you out a
new one.
Media
Okay,
hub.
great.
I think that's pretty much it.
Yep.
So for this week, if you want to check out any more of those stories, make sure to head on over to our blog. We've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Is there anything else?
YouTube.
YouTube. So make sure to check out all of those channels. And if you want to tweet us or ask us any questions, make sure to tweet us at Bonkers_IE. I've been Connor. This has been Dara. Thanks so much.